All right, y'all. Welcome to a new episode of the N1 podcast. And before I start, I would like to let y'all know that I do write articles on Stadium Rant. I would like for y'all to check out the Instagram the number one underscore podcast, and one podcast 23, which is my Twitter. So, without further ado, might as well start off. And I want to start off with last night LSU versus Iowa. Now, normally I don't usually watch women's basketball. And it's not because I don't think women's basketball is entertaining. I've heard the news. Women's college basketball is amazing. Can't say the same about the WNBA, but they'll get there eventually. But last night was a game. That was incredible. Caitlin Clark, wow. 40 plus points, 12 assists on Angel Reese. Angel Reese had a great game, even though she did foul out. She injured her ankle in the beginning of the game. 17 points, 20 rebounds for Angel Reese. Great game for her. She had like 3 blocks, I believe, as well. That was just an incredible game. Even though that they don't have any animosity towards each other, which is great, you can tell they're butting heads. Obviously, they are butting heads. They can be good rivals if they go to the WNBA this season. I believe Caitlin Clark already declared for the WNBA. We're waiting for Angel Reese's response if she's going to declare for the WNBA draft. Camila Cardoso declared for the WNBA draft not too long ago. But if I'm giving the WNBA any sort of hope, it's Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They could be the WNBA's version of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. I said that before personally. I've said it to some people that I know, and I'm going to say it here right now. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the answer for the WNBA's viewership. If they can't do it, I'm sorry. Nobody can. Because in my opinion, Caitlin Clark has the potential to be the greatest female athlete of all time. You see what she's doing in college. We have gotten to the point seeing how good she is in college. Now we have people out here saying, can she actually play good in the NBA? Could she compete with NBA players? No, she can't because Draymond Green is still there. But that's besides the point. That's just showing you how good that this woman is in just women's basketball. She's so dominant that we are thinking, some people at least are thinking, could she play this good or at least half as good against NBA players? And it came out not too long ago that Ice Cube, the owner and the creator of the Big Three League, offered her, I believe, a $5 million contract. Now, is it true? I don't know if the money was $5 million for real, but I'm gonna say that it was true because I think that she's just that good. Do I think? Let's say hypothetically she goes to Big Three. Do I believe that she will play as good in Big Three as she was in college? Maybe not. I don't know because these are still against former NBA players or former like D1 players or whatever. She's still going up against grown men. I don't think that she will be able to dominate as much, but I think she would be able to make some noise. And even if she was to play half as good, or if she didn't even play as good as she did in college, right? She would still get a lot of props because she went against men in basketball. You know how much of a trailblazer, how much of a feminist trailblazer that woman would be just for playing up against men in the professional leagues? Now, if I'm being honest, obviously the WNBA players ain't gonna like that because WNBA players are very, very toxic. So, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I never saw a single WNBA player give Sabrina Ionescu her props for going up against Steph Curry. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have the potential to give the WNBA that viewership that they've been needing ever since the WNBA has been a thing. And do I think it's going to happen immediately? Maybe not. But will it take some years? Probably. Will it take maybe as soon as they get there? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But in my opinion, they are the recipe. They're the ingredients that the WNBA needs. We need a person like Angel Reese with the personality of Angel Reese mixing in with just the skill of Caitlin Clark. Yeah, Angel Reese is still a great player. I'm not going to lie. I'll take Caitlin Clark over Angel Reese. But Angel Reese is still a great player. Don't get it twisted. That LSU team is actually really, really good. Anissa Morrow, she be getting rebounds, and she's like, what, 6 foot? 6'1"? Somewhere right there. She out here getting double-digit rebounds. Oh, my goodness. They are a great team. But Iowa, they were just the better team last night. And I had Iowa winning the game, obviously. I had Iowa winning the game. But That was just a great game of basketball. It was very, very high pace. Just one score and then next possession, another score, another possession, another score. I mean, man, one thing that LSU had trouble with, they were great on the boards, a really good rebounding team. Their problem was they were getting offensive rebounds, but they couldn't finish. I believe one point they had like, I believe, seven offensive rebounds, something like it's like seven offensive rebounds, but only like four second chance points. So out of those seven offensive rebounds, you only score twice. And obviously, you're not going to make everything. But I'm just watching the game. They're getting like two, three offensive rebounds in a possession, and they can't get it back in. They can't put it back up. So yeah, they're a good rebounding team. But if the second chance points aren't there, yeah, you got an extra possession, but you couldn't score in that extra possession or extra possessions. And damn, Caitlin Clark just casually walking up the court and just chucking the ball, just casually shooting from the logo. 9 threes, man. She made 9 threes that game last night. She is now the all-time leader. Well, not now, but she has been the all-time leader in D1 basketball points for a while now. She broke three records last night. She became the all-time leader in NCAA career assists. She passed Diana Taurasi for most threes made in the NCAA tournament. She tied the record actually for most threes in an NCAA tournament game. And she is now the first WNBA player, well, future WNBA player, but she is the first player in NCAA history to have three career 40-point games in an NCAA tournament. Imagine that. That, okay, look, like I said, bro, she has the potential to be the greatest female athlete of all time. That's my opinion. But she's definitely going to be the GOAT in the WNBA. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. All right. We've seen this with the men where guys are playing incredible, shooting their minds out and going crazy in college. But when they make it to the NBA, it's nothing. Like there's absolutely nothing. But I think this is different for Caitlin Clark. I think that she will make some buzz in the WNBA. She's gonna bring some buzz in the WNBA. But Angel Reese, that personality, she can also bring some buzz for the WNBA as well. Do I want to get too ahead of myself? No. But do I think that they have the potential to give the WNBA viewership? Oh, yeah, you're definitely right. I do believe that. But now I want to go into my next topic. I want to talk about the play-in tournament right now. The NBA play-in tournament, this is possibly going to be the greatest NBA play-in tournament that we have seen. And obviously, it's mainly because of the Western Conference. The West right now, seventh seed, the Phoenix Suns, Kings, eighth seed, Lakers, ninth seed, Warriors, 10th seed, and the Rockets are the 11th seed. And why is this so interesting? Because they're pretty close. The Suns and the Kings are only a half a game behind. The Kings and the Lakers are about a game and a half behind. The Warriors and the Lakers are about a game and a half behind. And the Rockets and the Warriors are 2 games behind. The Rockets are trying to creep in. They really are. But that loss to the Mavericks and the Warriors win against the Heat, an embarrassing loss against the Warriors. Well, that also played a factor. But not too long ago, they were like a good half a game behind, a game, 2 games behind. And it's just like they're just like clawing. The Rockets are really trying to claw their way into the play-in tournament. Can they do it? I don't know. Tune in next time on Basketball Z. Shout out to DJ Michi Meach. But we're so busy on the play-in, man. We're not even talking about the first seed in the Western Conference. The Thunder are right now the first seed as of this recording, obviously. The Nuggets are the second seed, and the Timberwolves are the third seed. Bro, the Nuggets are half a game behind the Thunder, and the Timberwolves are a game behind the Nuggets. So they're about a game and a half behind the Thunder. That is very, very close. Unlike the Eastern Conference, where the Celtics are going to definitely finish with the first seed. I mean, it's not even close. Between the Celtics and the Bucks, it's 11 and a half games. That's not enough. But the Eastern Conference, the playing for the Eastern Conference is actually a bit interesting, I guess you would say. We are seventh, bro. Miami is the seventh seed right now, but we are a game behind the Indiana Pacers. We can definitely make it. We can definitely make it out of the play-in tournament. But do I want Miami to be out of the play-in tournament? I'm not gonna lie, not necessarily. We're seventh. The Sixers are eighth place. The Bulls are ninth, and the Hawks are 10th. So now let's picture this. Let's say the season ended right now and it's the playing tournament. Man, okay, look, either way, if we make it to seventh, look, we got the Bucks. But if we make it to eighth, we got the Celtics. So whoever we face, it's gonna be a nice little butt whooping once again, and we're gonna advance, and they're gonna get embarrassed. I mean, if we're facing the Bucks, they got Doc Rivers, man. Doc Rivers, what is Doc Rivers gonna do? Blow another 3-2 lead? I mean, they got Ime Udoka. I said Ime Udoka. My bad. What's his name? Joe Mazzulla. Yeah, the Celtics got Joe Mazzulla. If the Celtics can't shoot, that's it. They can't win the game. If they can't shoot, they're done. They're done. Okay. So Boston's weakness is their 3-point shooting. If they're cold, they're done. If they're hot, they're gonna destroy you. The Bucks, their weakness is they can't do anything about it, but it's Doc Rivers. We blew another lead, but there's always next season. There's always next season, and I know that these guys are great. These guys are amazing, and I came in the middle of the season. So it's already my fault. It's them boys' fault. Okay, they should have kept Adrian Griffin. I don't know why they got rid of him, but it's not my fault. Okay, Damian Lillard and Giannis, they could have done something, but they ain't do anything. It's not all me. But we're the monster in their closet. We're the monster under their bed. We're the shadow people, bro. We scare them. We haunt them every single time we face them in the playoffs. Oh man, I can't wait for the playoffs and the play-in tournament to start. I mean, back to the West, the Suns are a good game behind the Pelicans, so that'll be pretty interesting to see if the Phoenix Suns can get out of the playoffs and if the Pelicans can go into the play-in tournament. But another thing that I want to talk about is the MVP race. This is interesting. Okay, the MVP race is pretty interesting. At first, it was Joel Embiid. He was going to be the favorite to win MVP. And then after that, we had guys talking about Giannis, although he's always in MVP talks, but Giannis, now Shea, Luka has slowly been creeping in, obviously Jokic as well, but now it's between Luka and Jokic. And I honestly believe that Jokic is still going to win it because that was my prediction in the beginning of the season, and I'm going to double down on my prediction, but I'm going to say this. I will not be surprised if Luka Doncic wins MVP. And in my opinion, it's as time goes on, even though they are the fifth seed, and usually the MVP goes to the best player on the best team. But ever since Westbrook won MVP, it hasn't been going to the best player on the best team because now we're really seeing what the most valuable player means. They're the fifth seed, but Luka is literally leading the league in points. 34 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists per game. If you round it up, it's 10 assists per game. And he is shooting 48% from the field on 23 attempts, 38% from 3 on 10 attempts. Come on, bro. Come on. Man, look, Luka most likely might win MVP, but I still got Nikola Jokic because that man terrorized the Lakers last season in the playoffs. He terrorized us in the finals. I'm not going to forget that. It's like PTSD, man. I don't want to see that guy. That man, Nikola Jokic, is the Grim Reaper, okay? And he doesn't even like basketball. He doesn't even care about the sport of basketball like that. He'd rather go to his country and race horses. And he's doing this. He's dropping 25, 15, and 10 on your head. Not giving a single care in the world. Man, that's MVP right there. That's the MVP. But Luka has a strong case. He definitely does. And is he gonna win it? Maybe. But I'm still on the Nikola Jokic. Okay. And this stuff, man, this is completely off topic. It's still about Luka, but this is completely different. The fact that Luka Doncic, even though it is basketball reference and they be having nicknames that you don't know about, the fact that Luka Doncic has all these nicknames on basketball reference and he's barely been in the league just shows you how good this man is, bro. The Matador, El Matador. We got Cool Hands, the Dawn, Wonder Boy, El Nino. What? Maravilla? El Nino Maravilla? Or I don't really speak Spanish. I'm sorry. Swaggy L, Luca Legend 2, Easy, Luca Magic. Bro, come on now. Now, I'm going to add a nickname. This is my nickname. I trademarked this. This is my personal nickname for Luka Doncic, the Slovenian Savior. He is the Slovenian Savior. I have a feeling that he can get the Mavericks to a championship. They just need one more guy. One more guy, bro. Kyrie's balling his behind off. Luka is Luka. And if they can get one more star player, I don't want to say all-star, but if they can get one more great player, because the West is just too competitive for that team. If you were to take that exact same roster and put them in the Western Conference about maybe like 5 years ago, they would be definitely championship favorites. But speaking of championship favorites, I might as well. Because as the season keeps going on and it's getting closer and closer, I gave my midseason predictions and I gave my early season predictions, but now we're getting closer and closer to the play-in, which I believe starts next week or in 2 weeks. So there's that as well. So the NBA season is getting closer and closer to ending, so I might as well give my final season predictions of the finals. Probably not my final season predictions. I'm probably going to give final predictions again during the playoffs as well. But I want to give my final predictions, in my opinion, for at least the regular season. NBA Finals. Obviously, we got your playoff picture. Everybody is talking about, the Thunder's the Thunder's not gonna do anything. They're inexperienced. The Timberwolves are not gonna do anything. Most likely, Rudy Gobert will win Defensive Player of the Year. I still got Anthony Davis, but I mean, if you're the best defender on the best defensive team in the league, most likely you are gonna win Defensive Player of the Year. But don't count out Victor Wembanyama, because those advanced stats show when he's on the court, the Spurs are one of the best defensive teams in the league. When he's off the court, the Spurs are one of the worst defensive teams in the league. All right. But the fact that in general, the Spurs are one of the worst defenses in the league, that is going to hold some weight. He may be leading the league in blocks as a rookie, which is insane. But it's that Spurs defense is gonna hold a lot of weight to his chances of winning. But we're going back to the playoffs. I mean, if I might as well just keep talking about the awards before I get back to the playoffs and the finals. So we got most improved. I still think it's going to Tyrese Maxey, although ever since Joel Embiid's injury, Tyrese Maxey hasn't been making much noise. Sixth man of the year. I said originally it was going to go to Emmanuel Quickly, but since he got traded to Toronto and he's starting, that's no longer the case. People got Malik Monk. I think so. The Sacramento Kings, even though I don't think they're going to make that much noise in the playoffs, I think that they could be at least a second round exit. Malik Monk coming off the bench is great for them. So there's that as well. Coach of the year, it's going to the Timberwolves coach. I mean, bro, think about it, man. Years and years and years, even though this isn't their first year into the playoffs, but so many years of no playoff appearances, and now they're just turning around, and now they're one of the best teams in the NBA, not just the West, but one of the best teams in the league. He's definitely going to get that coach of the year. If anything, maybe OKC, maybe Joe Mazzulla, because the Celtics are going to be the first and only 60-win team in the league. You want to know what's insane? The Wizards and the Pistons are the first teams. They made it to 60 L's before the Celtics could get to 60 wins. That's crazy. The Pistons and the Wizards. I mean, no other team. I mean, you're not surprised. It's the Pistons and the Wizards. They're complete trash. But dang, you made it to 60 L's before the best team could make it to 60 wins. Oh man, that's embarrassing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But now let's get to the playoffs. I already gave my low prediction. If Miami goes into the play-in tournament, we face either Milwaukee or we face Boston. Boston fans, uh, keep your head on your shoulders. All right, have some eyes behind your back. Milwaukee, have some eyes behind your back. We creeping in. We creeping in. We coming for y'all. Pause. No Diddy. We coming for y'all. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Another year of Miami just beating the best teams in the Eastern Conference and making it to the NBA Finals. Oh man. But I will say this. A dark horse is the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, man, if they can just get that team chemistry a little better, although Tyrese Halliburton has been a little rocky, a little bit rocky. But if he can go back to how he was in the beginning of the season before the injury, oh man, the Indiana Pacers could possibly make it to the NBA Finals because now he has a nice co-star in Pascal Siakam, and they were already great without Siakam. But adding Siakam, that's a good defender, good post scorer, some good floor spacing right there. Man, that's oh man, they could be a deadly team. F the New York Knicks. That's another heat up. No, I don't want to see nothing about the New York Knicks. I want to see us beat the New York Knicks again. We're gonna beat the Knicks again if we face them. But if anything, if Jimmy Butler, I God forbid, if Jimmy Butler and or Bam get injured, the Knicks could possibly make it to the finals. A healthy Knicks team is pretty scary, but again, we're just that monster in the closet, and we are coming out and we striking. The Philadelphia 76ers, can they make it into the playoffs? Joel Embiid is near return. Do I think he should play? If he's able to, yes. If he is. But I think maybe rest him a little bit more. I don't know. But you know what? No. Play him. If he's able to play, he's going to play. He should play. Because this is the reason why we got these rest rules. Because guys may be coming off of injuries and thinking that they're not at 100% yet, so they rest some games. No. You're going to play. If he's able to play, let him play. But obviously on minutes restrictions. But the Sixers, if Embiid can come back before the playoffs, can he make some noise? Can this be the year that Joel Embiid finally gets rid of the narrative and the allegations? Bet maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Might as well go to the Western Conference now. We got the Clippers. They're not going to make no noise. Harden's not going to beat those allegations. The Suns are not making any noise. They're too reliant on their stars. So there's another team that's not going to make any noise. OKC doesn't have that much experience, as I said before. So I don't think they're going to make too much noise. Maybe, who knows? Because 2012, they were a relatively young team and they made it all the way to the finals. So you never know. The Pelicans, I see them as a first round exit. This could be Luka's year to make it to the conference finals again. I think, I'm not gonna lie, I could see the Mavericks versus the Nuggets in the conference finals. I could see it. I would love to see that, but depending on where the Mavericks finish and where the Nuggets finish, that could be a second round matchup. Now I'm hoping that the Lakers can face maybe what's that team? The OKC Thunder, depending on how the standings finish. All right. If they could face OKC, that would be great because the Lakers have more experience, more playoff experience, and OKC doesn't have much. So that has an advantage. But if they face the Nuggets, oh my God, help me, please. I don't want to see that again. I don't. They ruined LeBron's night. They ruined it. 40,000 points. And the Nuggets just had to ruin it. Nikola Jokic was laughing. He was giving that Joker laugh. You know that nickname Joker? He was probably giving that Joker laugh in the locker room. I don't want to see that. I don't want them to face the Lakers in the playoffs. And I don't want to see them in the finals when Miami makes it to the NBA Finals. I'm still praying for Miami versus LA, the rematch. I want to see that rematch. Oh my goodness. Imagine if we could see the Lakers. That would be great, man. Part 2. And this time there's fans, man. I stay praying for this matchup, and I'm out here acting like that I'm going to LA and I'm going to be reporting for the Miami Heat. Man, I'm acting like Stephen A. Smith praying for this so he can go to South Beach, so he can go to LA. Ain't nothing going to happen to me. I'm just your local little Miami podcaster starting up right now. But wait until 5 years. Wait 5 years. You'll never know what could happen. But as for my little NBA Finals predictions, I got the Nuggets. I'm sorry, but I think this is the Nuggets again. They're gonna repeat. They're just too good. They're too much of a complete team. They can hit you up from anywhere. You sag off of Jokic. Well, that's problems. You sag off of Murray. That's problems. You sag off on anybody because literally everybody on that starting lineup can shoot. So you there's nothing you can do because if it's a screen, pick and pop. If it's a screen, pick and roll. And Jokic makes 99% of those post hooks. And when there's 30 seconds left in the quarter, Jokic somehow gets some sort of defensive ability. I said defensive, some sort of offensive ability to just ignore the defense and a hand in his face, and he just makes a one-legged fadeaway three at the buzzer. He just F the defense. The defense don't exist to him. But before I end, this is the last thing that I want to talk about. Today, as of this recording, earlier today, Rajon Rondo has retired from basketball. And I was talking to my homeboy earlier. I was like, do you think that Rondo will get his jersey retired? And he said no. And I was like, what about Paul Pierce and KG? They got their jerseys retired. And there's that. And I think there's a possibility. But the thing is, when it comes to a team like Boston or LA, because they're so successful, you gotta have multiple championships to be considered for jersey retirement. But then again, you have Paul Pierce and you have KG, who both got their jerseys retired by Boston. So there's a possibility that Rondo could get his jersey retired by Boston as well. So I think it's possible. And another thing I was thinking to myself, does he have a nice little Hall of Fame resume? Now, that's hard. 2-time champion, 3-time assist champion, 1-time steals champion, 4-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive. But there's the accolades. There's also the moments, the stats that he put up. He was the traditional point guard. That's what he really was. Averaging about 12 points and 10 assists per game. Not good efficiency either. Not really the most efficient player. He couldn't shoot to save his life. But I can't be talking because I can't shoot to save my life. But do I believe he could be a Hall of Famer? Maybe in 10 years, maybe 12. I don't know. In the near future, there's a possibility that he could be in the Hall of Fame. But if we're talking about right now, you still have to wait about 5 years, 3 to 5 years after retirement. But do I think he has a Hall of Fame career? Maybe. But if he had a bigger role in that Lakers championship, he had a role. He played a good role. But if he played a bigger role in that championship for the Lakers, I think he really would have a good case to be in the Hall of Fame. But they didn't call him Playoff Rondo for nothing. So he had the moments. Playoff Rondo was his nickname. So only time will tell. Only time will tell if he makes it to the Hall of Fame. But that's all I got for y'all today. So I'm out.